Good morning to you. This is Sherry, and I'm coming to you live from Decatur, Alabama. Just wanted to do a really quick teaching on how to build on your foundation so that you have the smooth finish that you want on your face. I'm going to be working with our matte foundation, and I number mine so that I can read them better, because when you get older, you just kind of have to do that. And so I'm going to be using the Beige 160. That is my color match because I have yellow undertones. And so the C is for cool, the N is for neutral, and the warm is for someone that just tans. And so I'm a warm. I tan easy. I've always tanned. And so I just wanted to share that with you. And the questions that you ask someone is, do you burn? Do you burn then peel? Or do you just tan? And if you burn, you're cool. If you burn then peel, you're a neutral. And if you just tan, you are a warm. And so I am a warm, but I'm going to start out with a couple of other things to help my look, okay? So I'm going to start with some I've already prepped my face. I've already cleansed it, used all the products that I need to use. I've used my foundation primer. And so now I'm going to go and I am going to use some under eye corrector. Okay, and then we have a liquid, you can use it for a concealer brush or liquid eyeshadow. And so I'm using a little under eye corrector because I do have dark circles to help blend that out. That to look really smooth under there. Now I'm going to go ahead and do some concealer. You can put concealer on over or under. I've had a little place from sun damage having to be taken off right there. That's one reason I haven't wanted to take my foundation off, but it just hasn't healed yet, so I don't want to wait anymore. I had one right there taken off. And you see these little brown spots? These are sun damage. And so I try to take a little concealer before I put my foundation on. You can do it over or under. I choose to do it under. And then I just tap that in. I don't rub it in. I tap it in because I'm going to be covering it up. And see, it just covered that little spot right up until it heals. Okay. Now, this is what we call, like I said, building your foundation for a smooth finish. Now, there's places on your face that you don't need to build. And then there's places like you want to conceal that you may need a little extra foundation on. And so what I do is I take my foundation. I choose to put it on the back of my hand. Now, everybody has their way of putting on their foundation. And I take a sponge, or packets of sponge. I love these sponges. And I blot it on. All over. I just blot that on. I don't put much on my forehead. Add a little more there because I like a good coverage. But as you can see, I did not add that much on my face. Now I'm going to take just a dab of water. I'm going to dampen my brush just a little because women over 40 do not need to have any fine lines, any makeup getting in any fine lines. And so this helps protect that from happening. If you say, I don't wear makeup because I don't want it in my lines and it gets in my lines, then you're not applying it right. So if you apply the product right, you're not going to do that. Okay, so let's get this blended right here on my forehead. Now that is my base coat. In our matte formula, you can build. You say, well, that's too thin. You know, it's more like the CC cream when you put the first coat on. And so if you really want a light finish, this is great. But I like a very smooth porcelain look. And so I'm going to go back with my foundation brush. And I'm going to start adding my second layer to get a really smooth finish. And just remember the hairs on your face grow down, so you don't want to go against that and ruffle them up, because we all have a little bit of facial hair. Mine's blonde, but it's there. And so you just, what I'm doing is I'm going back in that area that had a few brown spots right in here. And I'm building. Same thing over here. I'm not having to build it anywhere else. Okay, put that on. A little bit on my nose, a little bit on my chin. My brush is damp. And it holds moisture in those areas that you have fine lines too. Helps plump it out because you've got moisture in there. Okay, now I've built on my face. Now I'm going to go back with the blending brush. I absolutely love, love, love this brush. You can even apply your foundation with this brush, but I use it to blend or both. A lot of times I just use this brush, but I'm going to dampen it a little, and I'm going to start working around anywhere that I could possibly have fine lines. I'm blending. Now you notice I'm not blending in the areas that I want a really good coverage at. Make sure that your foundation blends straight in with your neck and there is no line. Absolutely no line. You want to get your color from your glamour, not your foundation. Now I've just gone back over that corrector. This is the best building foundation there is. It builds, like I said. If you want more luminous, I do recommend our Luminous Foundation. Unless you want a really good coverage and you want a matte look, there's ways that you can make your face look luminous without giving up the coverage. And that is by highlighting. So then the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do my contour real quick. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I am going to go ahead and do my contour. And I'm using Latte today. On my nose. Here we go. Under my neck. Now I do have a video on how to use the contour sticks. It's on YouTube, SherryGoinsMartin.com. But anyway, you want to have a definite line here, so I'm contouring really quick. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to highlight with our Light Ivory concealer. Right down the tip of the nose. Around the mouth. And on the chin. This is where I highlight. Then you can either take your concealer brush and stipple that in. Stippling, not rubbing. Patting it in makes it look more natural, and it stays where you put it. It doesn't go out of where you put it. To give you a flawless look on your face, and to raise up the areas you want to raise, and down my nose to make it look more narrow. Now I can go back with the contour after I get that on. Now I have a short chin, so I'm going to put some highlighter there because light brings out. Put some concealer around my lips to lighten my lip area, because most women after 40, they get a little dark around their mouth. There's my contour. There's my highlight. Next step, add a little blush. Of course, I'm wearing orange today. I'm using the blush brush. I love this angled brush blush. You start here in the middle and you work your way back. Back to your hairline and use an underhand to put that on. There you go. Next step is to draw a line here, here to put your lip liner on. Here's your cupid bow. You want an extra touch of little glitter, a little glow on your cheeks. These are our new sticks, our glow sticks. It has 2 sides and 2 colors. And then the next step would be applying your lipstick. Pull your hair down. What do you think? I'm ready to go. You have a great day. This is called Building Your Foundation for Maximum Results. Thank you, and you have an awesome day.